Hello and welcome to the Chilled Cardano podcast. I'm Eric and I'm here with my co-host Mike. Mike, how are you this morning?
Doing pretty good, Eric. All things considered, you know.
Yeah.
Market's not doing too sexy.
No, it's not. It's been a rough week.
Yeah, but we're gonna suffer through together, Eric.
That's right.
The whole Chilled Cardano crew.
We're always here for you guys, even when the market dumps. I guess we'll show the chart here, or just my desktop. So why don't you walk us through what happened here, Mike?
I think we're looking at pure capitulation here, Eric. You're seeing us getting down all the way down to 38 cents. This is absolutely niche, but it's part of a whole capitulation of the whole crypto market, and basically all the moon boys and people who are here for, you know, the get rich quick schemes are quickly leaving the space, and what you're left with is the true believers of crypto and the people who are, you know, dollar cost averaging. They're staying here for the long haul, and they're just accumulating during this time period, which is like such an insane buy. Not financial advice. Never invest more than you're willing to lose. But yeah, these prices are absolutely insane, especially what we have coming in June, and all the 900 projects coming online. I mean, to get Cardano, if you got that little 38-cent clip right there, I'm not saying we won't go back there, but if you got that price, congratulations.
You're gonna make it.
You're gonna make it. But yeah, I think we're gonna be here for a while. So take your time in the market, just kind of understand what's going on in the macro world, and seeing, like, as long as we have war breaking out, we have Fed raising rates, we have in June, I believe they're going to start quantitative tightening, which means they're not going to be buying stocks anymore. So you're starting to see the market's true value, and it's not going to be forever. I think we'll probably do this for another 6 months, and then something's going to break, you know, and they're going to have to reverse course and turn the money printer back on, and it's going to be an absolute shit show again. So you kind of just have to wait for that. But in the meantime, you're basically getting like a really amazing price for this stuff, and just all the things that you'll be able to do with the utility of the Cardano token. It's kind of just like insane that you're getting it for this price, and the people who know, and you can kind of take advantage of that in the meantime.
Were you scared when it was dumping like all these days in a row, and then like that the last couple of days where it was like 18% and then 9%? Like, it feels like it's never going to stop, you know? And then eventually it does. It's like, oh my God.
It's brutal, man. Scary? I mean, you wake up. Yeah, it's horrifying. You wake up. I woke up and I looked at the chart. It was like 39 cents. I just like threw my phone. It's like, I can't look at this right now. It's making me sick, you know?
Yeah.
Because it's just like, I don't know, just seeing it like at $3, and then just like it's been going down ever since. It's pretty brutal. I mean, this is like, if you really believe in this shit, like, it's literally the only reason like you can stomach it. It's because you understand the potential of it. Like, if you don't understand the potential, like, you would be freaking the fuck out. Like, it's just like, it's like, yeah, like, I mean, there's bigger Ponzi's than this, but like, just like the Luna Terra thing is just like insane. I can't imagine buying that, right? Like, you don't know what you're buying before it blew up. And then it's like, I mean, when it started, it was like at 60 cents. I remember my wife's like, our dog's name's Luna. So she's like, oh, I should buy this thing. And it was like, you know, 60 cents. The next day, you know, it's like $6. And then it's just like over the summer, it just goes all the way up to like 119. And nobody knows what this thing is, you know. And you have this like the guy who made it, his name's Do Kwon. He's from Korea, and he's just such a shit talker. And he's just been talking shit about Cardano and how like it's negatively correlated to the rest of the market. And then people start to realize what this thing is and how it works. And it's like they were able to basically short Bitcoin. And because Bitcoin was being shorted, Luna had bought so much Bitcoin for their reserves that it was lowering the price of Luna, which made them have to sell some of their Bitcoin. And basically they just kept doing that and shorting the market until the whole thing blew up. And it's been pretty nuts to watch. I think this might be the biggest blow up ever in crypto. And it really affects everybody. Sadly, I wish we weren't so correlated to everything, but when you buy the biggest asset in Bitcoin and tie it to your protocol, this is kind of what happens, you know? And it sucks, but at the same time, it's like, this is like the cool thing about having a truly free market and like crypto and Bitcoin is like, you get rid of all that fake money, all that garbage. Like everything is truly built. Like if your shit's gonna last, it's gonna last through these bear markets. And the people who don't, like all that stuff gets flushed out, and you have like the real like coins that last. Like you have to see these coins go through multiple bear markets to truly understand that, like, okay, this thing's safe. I could keep my money here. Like it's not going anywhere. Like, but with stuff like Luna and stuff like this, like that's never going back to $119. I'm sorry to tell you guys, like if you're trying to buy this thing at the bottom now and thinking you're going to make a crazy profit, like you have to understand they inflated the supply to over 1 billion tokens now. So you're looking at this thing like maybe going to 10 cents again. And like people are buying it. It's absolutely nuts. Like that people are still buying this thing. And I mean, like if you're buying this now, it's just like, how do you buy something knowing like how much this guy fucked you? You know what I mean? Like it's absolutely nuts. And I mean, like it's like he's burned you so bad, and for you to like still be like a lunatic, quote unquote, is so funny to me. It's just like these people deserve to lose their money because they're so ignorant and naive. And it's like you're just wasting your money. And like, why would you invest in something like this just for like that quick 1 or 2%? Like you could easily get burnt. I've seen people on Twitter this whole time trying to long this thing and just getting burned. Like we're losing like, you know, retail guys so that like have like 6 figures, putting it all into fucking Luna at the bottom, and then it goes down another 90%. And it's like, and then they're swearing at Do Kwon and being like, how dare you do this to me? It's like you you did this to yourself. It's just so funny to me when I see people like take such a big risk, and then when it doesn't work out for them, they start blaming other people. It's like you're so ignorant of the facts. And it's like this whole thing is just like such a waste of time, you know, when you're doing stuff like this, when you see projects like Cardano and all their stuff they're building. And do they build slow? Yes, but look at how secure it is. Like it's never been hacked, right? It's been up and running since like 2018, 2017. And it's like they have all these formal documentations, and it's like, how do you not want to invest in something like that that's not going anywhere? They have so much stuff being built, and it's like it's like really promising. And it's like I'd rather focus my attention and time on stuff like that than the stuff that's going up. Like if you catch 100% in an hour, that's cool. Like that's awesome. But it's like I wouldn't want to leave my money into it. Like definitely cash your chips in and like go somewhere else. But like this thing's just you know, so it makes us look bad too. Like the whole space. I mean, there's so many like conspiracy theories now that like the US government was behind it, and they were trying to like basically like have something that they can use against us, right? So they can start writing laws against like creating and building stuff like this, when in reality it was one moron who didn't do his homework and he didn't understand how his protocol worked. And then when it broke, he blames other people. Like the whole point of the space is like you cover all your bases, and it's like you have to play the game theory out to understand that like like what are the weaknesses in my protocol? Like how can somebody use it against me, right? And
Yeah.
he didn't think that people would actually like try to screw him out of his money. And it's like the other thing too is like it was so centralized too. It's like a
Yeah.
couple people like realizing like what it was and then being like, oh, let's turn it off. You know, they halted the chain yesterday. And it's like, I hate the fact that you even have anything that says decentralized on your webpage because like you're just a fucking liar.
Yeah.
Like this stuff is not like decentralized at all. And it's like you just put this on Amazon Web Services and then
It's just a
like it's
buzzword at this
just
point.
exactly. And it just like drives me nuts because there's truly not a lot of stuff in the space that is truly decentralized. Like you could
Yeah.
almost argue like at a point like Cardano isn't decentralized at this point right now either, but it's a lot harder to like just turn the whole chain off. Like that's
Yeah.
highly unlikely for Cardano. Like is it possible? Yes. Uh but it'd be very hard to do.
Yeah. It is like bad for the whole ecosystem though, because people like the average person is like, oh, crypto is a scam. Didn't you see like what happened with the Luna thing? Like people put their money in it and it went to zero. Like that could happen to anyone. And I mean, it's in some ways it's true, but it's like if you do your research, there's certain chains that are less likely to have this happen. And like the way their whole the UST thing worked with like when you buy or sell UST, it like burns or mints like their Luna token. Like that was bound to be exploited at some point, and people even brought it up to do Quan, and he basically like taunted them and was like, I dare like a billionaire to fuck with our chain." Like, and of
A
course you don't
billionaire
want to
fucks
say
with
that
this
to a
chain.
billionaire. Like everyone wants to make money, and if you throw it in their face, they'll be happy to take it from you. So someone did apparently. But yeah,
But
it
that's the
was
whole
like
point of this
crazy
stuff,
to
right?
watch. Yeah.
It's like to like all this stuff has is the game theory. Like if you can break Cardano, if you can break it, the mechanism, break it. Like that's the point. Like we need like hackers, like black hat people, like people who are bad actors to like try and break it because what happens is it makes it stronger. Like you find the hacks, you find like the weak points and you fix it, right? And like luckily, I mean, like this was pretty fucking massive. Like this was over $40 billion that got exploited, and now it's all gone. And luckily, it didn't get any bigger than this. Like, can you imagine if Bitcoin was at $100,000, like a Bitcoin?
Yeah.
This would have been so bad. But like luckily, it was only 40 billion, and like hopefully the rest of the market will understand that like this isn't a great way to build a protocol and like we won't do this again. But uh at the same time it's like this whole place is experimental
Yeah.
and I kind of like seeing shit like this. Like I kind of like people being like this is a free market. Like you want to put your money in something and like see if it does well, it's like go for it. Like this is the risk people take. And like sadly a lot of like there's stories that people like kill themselves after losing their family's money and stuff, and you hate to see it. It's sad, but at
Yeah.
the same time it's like uh we need to see what's going to work because like as this place gets bigger and the space gets bigger, you're going to have bigger actors, governments coming in and attacking a lot of this stuff. And if it doesn't work now, it will never work. So we need to clear the system out of like all these shitty protocols that don't work, and that's kind of what the bear market's all about. It's like what can suffer through these down months where like nothing's happening. Like where's the community at? Where's the people who are actually using this stuff and staying here? And like I mean, when you're not making 100x every day, like who's here, who's
Yeah.
building? and you see Cardano's building, you see Bitcoin's building, you see Ethereum, and it's like, I'm sure there's some other chains, but I hope to God people like let this thing die and don't like keep trying to prop it up. And it's like, it's weird to see.
Did you see that guy? I forgot his name on Twitter. He was like the guy who was saying that Cardano doesn't have dexes.
Yeah, brand newer.
Yeah. So like a few days after the Luna crashed, when it was at like $2 or $3, he's like, this is one of the best like risk reward ratios you'll ever see. Like if you invest in Luna right now, like you have such a high chance of like 10xing or something like that. And then it went down to like penny or like less than a penny, you know? It's like, so these are the people that criticize Cardano, but then they tell their followers like, oh, invest in this thing that's clearly going to zero. Like it's just insane that people listen to them. And like there's so many bad actors out there just like telling you to lose your money, and then people are like, oh, let me try it. And then the Terra Luna Foundation or whatever their Twitter is called, every like few hours are like, oh, we're giving away some Luna, like put your address in the address bar. It's like, why? Like it's already inflating an insane amount. You're just gonna give away more now. Like and then like reading the comments on Twitter, people are still like all about it, and they're like, we still believe. It's like at some point you gotta just stop. Like you've already like lost your money, it's not coming back. Like, and then the people who like lost their life savings, I mean, that's horrible, but you just got to know like you can't put your life savings into something that volatile. Like no matter what crypto it is, like can't, it's most likely like you just have to think of it like, I'm gonna lose this money, I have to be okay with losing this money. And if you need to live off of it, then you can't afford to lose it. So, or if your kid's supposed to go to college with that money, like just don't do it, you know?
Yeah, it's like guys like that, you start to understand like who are the bad actors, and like it's like, what was he really trying to say? He's basically saying save my bags, right? Because he probably had a pretty hefty sum into Luna.
Yeah.
And he's using his retail followers to like kind of try to prop up the price, and like so he can exit, right? Because like look at that chart, it's horrible. So basically
Yeah.
people are just trying to find like a higher low to exit. Like if this thing goes to like 5 cents, 8 cents, people are just going to dump it right again. I mean, people just want to exit their positions, and like any of this, like anybody on Twitter right now who's like put your money into Luna, they're basically trying to use you to exit their position.
Yeah.
Because this will never ever go like above $1 again, you know? There's
Right.
just so much of the supply, and the way that they, like if you want to look at his recovery plan on Twitter, he put it up like yesterday night, I think. It's pretty bad. I mean, basically, like anybody who had their money in the UST, their stable coin, they're basically only getting like 30% of their money back. So basically 40% to Luna holders before the pegging event, 40% to UST holders, 10% to Luna holders at the final moment of the chain hold, and then 10% to the community pool. I mean, like, this is so pathetic. Like, this is so bad. You know, and it's
I mean,
like if
everyone's
people are
just gonna
still,
dump it the second they get it. Like,
why would you
know?
ever trust this thing again? You know what I mean? Just like let it
Yeah.
die. Like this is I don't know if you, how long most of the people listening to this have been here, but like this is worse than BitConnect.
Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. What's up, big gun?
Like BitConnect was, I believe, like $2 billion before it died, and they were only giving people like 10% APR like return on their money, and Terra's was doing 20%. So it's like it's such a like Ponzi. It's not even funny. And for people to still believe in this thing, I mean, it's ridiculous. Even like the venture capitalist people, like they're trying to tweet like 3AC and
Yeah.
Galaxy Digital. I mean, the guy put a tattoo on his arm. How embarrassing is that? You know? And it's
Yeah.
like, how do you show your face? It's just like, this is like, and that guy was shitting all over Cardano too. That's the funny part, because he was just like, I talked to like the 20 smartest developers in the space, and none of them are building on Cardano. And he's like, believe in Luna, you know? And it's like, did you do your homework? Like, did you understand how this thing worked? Like, you have a multi-billion-dollar like research and development, and you did zero homework into this thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, how did you not see this? Like, I mean, people were tweeting about this exploit for months, and then someone had just like finally tried to do it, and it worked. And this
Yeah.
thing's gone now, you know, and it's a totally different thing. And I mean, the people who are still into this and believe that it's like going to be the jam, truly stupid people, you know, like, and those people deserve just to lose their money, because it's like they're just here for a lottery ticket, and they don't understand any of the mechanisms or the fact that the supply is like so big, so much bigger now. So the validator should reset the network ownership to 1 billion tokens. So I think it was like less than 500,000 before, or 500 million. So it's just like the inflation rate's insane, you know?
Yeah. Wild stuff.
Wild stuff, Eric.
That is wild. But yeah, that really dragged down the whole market, and I don't know, we'll probably be in this like range for months and months, I think. And I'm just gonna accumulate during this time, and you know, hopefully one day it will all pay off and Cardano will go back to its former glory. But yeah.
But also it's like a great advertisement for chains like Cardano, who literally our whole sales point has always been security first. Always has been security first. And that's why the chain moves so slow as far as development goes and upgrading the system, because like the speed's coming in like less than a month now.
Yeah.
And we got everything else. We got proof of stake. We got dApps, we got smart contracts, you know, we have all these awesome communities building on top of Cardano. And now we get the speed coming. I mean, the chain's already fast as hell. I mean, but nobody's here. So it's like, that's why. But, you know, you're going to have all these
see how dead like social media becomes when everything dumps. It's like no one even wants to talk about it. Yeah.
Well, you know, also like when everyone loses their money so fucking quickly, it's like you kind of like need to zoom out and like be like, okay, like I can't like focus so much time here. Like what else is going on? I need to like not look at my wallet for a while so I can forget where it was, you know, and just kind of like take a break. You know, when the whole market capitulates so fast in a couple of days, it's like it hurts, and it's like hard for your mind to like mentally prepare yourself for like how do I frame this to be okay, you know? And it really is a different way to look at like value and money, and how you need to like just be okay with like volatility like this. Like you're not going to get 1,000x like Cardano did, from going from like 2 cents to like $3 without like these huge dumps too. Like, but like if you've seen it playing out like 2 to 3 times already, like you understand that it's just a cycle, and it comes up and it comes down, and you just kind of have to wait it out. It doesn't mean your money's going to zero, you know what I mean? And it doesn't mean your money's going to go back to $1,000 tomorrow, but it's like, it's just like these cycle things. And like, this is where you build your portfolio and you understand what it has true value. Like look at like I don't know if you want to go to MinSwap and like start looking at some of these altcoins, because I think this is gonna start getting interesting too. It's like I would look at Liquid, ADA Liquid pair. You could go to the 4 hour, it's a little cleaner. But you're starting to see Liquid breakdown, you know? And
Yeah.
I don't know where it's gonna fall, but once it does get to like a new floor, I think you start to get some really awesome value in some of these coins that, you know, like haven't even come live yet, you know,
Yeah.
but you can get them for really cheap. And I think it's it just has a lot of potential. And like this is kind of where you want to pick up these huge discounts, because you'll look back in like 6 months to 12 months and be like, holy crap, like I just made a shit ton of money off of that, you know? And it's like, this is where you do your homework because no one's here, you know? It's like, this is when it becomes really easy to trade, right? Because no one wants this stuff anymore. Everyone thinks this stuff is valueless.
Yeah.
So this is where you get really great discounts. And if you have the money, you're like, you can do stuff like this, but
yeah, for sure.
But yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm just going through these charts and starting to look for, you know, what I think has a lot of potential. And like they're still building right now. Like they have the reserves and the money. They're not leaving. So that means they're going to be here for the next cycle. And so I just want to start putting my money into things that I think have that potential to like lead Cardano in the next cycle. So like if you have the time, start researching all this stuff. And if you already have done your research, you know, you start slowly dollar cost averaging into some of these coins, because we don't know how far these can go too. You know, a lot of this stuff isn't live. So these prices are just pure speculation. And just kind of pay attention to it in the back. You know, doesn't mean you have to go all in today, you know, but I think there's going to be some really great deals. And also, a thing that you can do passively too is start looking at some of these stake pools and like start putting your money in like some of these stake pools that give you the these tokens for free just for staking with them. Like there's a lot of Ardana pools, which I'm actually staking Ardana with Swag Pool.
Swag Pool.
Swag Pool, baby.
Where do you get that?
Swag?
Yeah.
That's just the pool ticker. But he's a solid Cardano dude. He's
oh, you're talking about like regular staking. I got
yeah.
Not liquidity farming type stuff.
No, not yet. The only thing I'm actually looking at liquidity. I don't know. Do you want to talk anything else about this stuff? I was going to go into Yummi. I think Yummi is one of those tokens that I'm kind of, you know, as everything gets reset, you try to understand where this next bull market's going to go and like what's going to take off. And I think like gaming is going to be massive.
Yeah.
It's kind of one of those things that like, even if you look at like regular markets, like it's one of the biggest industries. And it's also like one of those things that people always do is they play games. And I think the Yummi team is like pretty they're building some pretty cool stuff. They're pretty yummy. And they have a lot of different things that they're doing with their token. Like staking your NFT or Nauru. You can do that with the Yummi token. They're opening up farming for their token. So that'll be pretty sweet on MinSwap and also on Sunday. I think it's getting voted on right now, so that'll be interesting.
That's cool.
Yeah, and also the one thing that I think is really cool. I don't know if you want to go to Cnft jungle.io. They have partnered with Cnft Jungle. Yummi has, and basically you can use your Yummi token to use this application to kind of snipe NFTs that get sold at a price that is very favorable. Like sometimes people screw up when they're selling their NFTs and they accidentally don't add a zero. Like a lot of people with like Chilled Kongs or Claymates, and they're trying to list it for 3,000 and it ends up getting listed for 30. And then like this application will actually buy that NFT once it hits a price out of like a crazy range, you know, it'll take it for you. And it's like a subscription service, but I think it's a really cool idea. And I think it's also like super interesting that Yummi partnered with Cnft Jungle to be a part of this. And it's like, I think it's just a really interesting application.
Yeah, it's very cool. Are you gonna do it?
Probably not. But I think it's cool for people who are like really into this kind of thing. I'm not like a huge NFT flipper. Like I just don't have the time to just sit in front of my computer and like flip NFTs like super quickly. I'm more of a longer investment type of guy. So I'm just kind of hanging on to my Narus and all my other NFTs. I think the future is very bright for NFTs in Cardano, especially with we can talk about Dish Network is their NFT marketplace is going live, and they're a major phone company in the United States, and their whole NFT market is going to be based in Cardano's NFTs. So I think that's a really interesting use case, and I think it brings like a lot of new retail into NFTs that have never been here, and their first exposure is going to be Cardano NFTs. I think that's amazing, and I think that has a lot of potential for like a lot of the floors being bought for Cardano NFTs. So I think that's really exciting.
Yeah.
I think it's like a closed beta right now. So I think people who they're starting to like different markets, I think it's only Las Vegas as of today, but it's I think once it opens worldwide, it's going to be very cool and interesting. You'll start to see the NFT market, the Cardano NFT market pump a little bit for it.
Yeah. And people are still they're still going live with new NFT projects, Mike, believe it or not. We have not stopped here. And one NFT project I am pretty excited about. You know, I've told you about Raging Reds in the past, and I'm a big fan. Sure. They came up with this new project called the Churs. Hold on, let me give you the
give me the whole thing.
Sound. Hold on. Or one of their community members made.
This video was taken yesterday afternoon at his son's 7th birthday in the city of Passo Fundo, Brazil. It was sent to the local news bureau there and sent to us via satellite just a few minutes ago. All initial opinions are this is genuine. What you're about to see may disturb you.
So funny. I love this movie.
This movie scared the shit out of me when I first saw it.
Oh yeah. Yes.
Oh!
That's pretty great.
So good. That doesn't get you excited, Mike. I don't know what will. And they're also partnering with They partnered with Fud Buddies, so they have some of their traits and stuff. And also False Idols.
This video
So those are two like smaller projects, but are pretty well known, I feel like.
Do you like this project? Do you think it has a lot of potential, or what are your thoughts on it overall?
Yeah, I feel like it's actually going to be bigger than their Raging Reds like original
So it's the same
project.
team.
Yeah, it's the same team, but they're like, let's do something different, They were just kind of getting their beak wet with the Raging Reds season 1 and 2. But yeah, if you own a Raging Red season 1 or 2, you'll get like a free whitelist. For the Churs, you could do up to 3, I think, and they'll give you 3 whitelist spots. And they've gotten like almost 1,600 followers and like since March. So their original like Raging Reds only has like 2,000 followers. So I think it like newer projects seem to do better anyway. So I think I'm kind of bullish on this one. Plus, I kind of
So
like
are they
the
giving up
art.
on Raging Reds?
No, it's like it's gonna be all part of the lore.
Universe?
These are like the
Okay.
monsters of the Raging Red world.
Gotcha. Cool.
Yeah.
So they're building like a whole world out.
Yeah.
That's fun.
So it's pretty cool, Mike. Just wanted to shed
Do we know
some
the mint
light.
price for those?
They haven't released that yet. They're slowly like giving us bits and pieces. And I hang out in the Raging Reds Discord a lot, and I just think they're like very funny. The creators are like down to earth and they'll joke around with you. So I'm bullish on that, Mike. But more to come.
Love to see it.
Yeah. Is there any projects getting your D hard lately?
Back to one of my blue chips, Eric. Might not be there for you, but if you want to check out Dead Rabbits.
Oh. I love my rabbits. Kidding me?
If you want to go to the Twitter page, actually.
Oh. If you love them so much, why didn't you put your face or do the reenactment of your rabbit like everyone else?
I'm working on it. So they released this yesterday. It says so it begins the Dead event. Level 1 node keys, wave 1 coordinates go live Tuesday, May 17th. So if you want to check this video out, let's pop
see this. That's pretty cool.
So yeah, so basically they create all these like events, and you get like the last one you were able to get like 5,000 ADA and a very rare dead rabbit. We could check out the JPEG store now. All right, so that third guy is what got so the people who won got that guy. And I think he's pretty cool. I kind of wish I had enough money to buy him, but I don't. But they're opening up all these like little events that I think you get released some of these really cool rabbits that are very unique, and they're part of the original collection, which I love. Like as cool as Churs is, it's basically inflating the price of your Raging Reds, right? Because they're making more and more NFTs. Like whereas with this was all part of the original plan. And who knows, they might make more rabbits one day, but I like the idea of like creating the lore and like creating value to those original rabbits, because it kind of creates like more value for the whole set.
Yeah.
which is interesting. Like who knows what's gonna like be the most successful way forward, but like I like projects that like really invest into like their original NFTs. And it's like, because to me it's like every time you build a new project with more and more NFTs, you're basically, it feels a little bit cash grabby.
Mhm.
But also I don't know yet. I don't know what's gonna work, what's gonna succeed. But I like to see the floor of my NFTs rise, Eric. Gosh darn it.
I think the tricky thing is like not everyone has a big fund to work with. And if you
Yeah.
don't, you kind of have to like figure out like how to get it to the point where you can just like have enough money to like keep investing in the same thing. But um yeah, Dead Rabbits is still like one of my favorite projects. So I I love
Yeah,
the
so we
art.
can go back to the event and we could read the page. So 50 node keys have been hidden in a small black envelope in cities around the world. When the dead event begins, GPS coordinates for the physical location of each node will be released below. Hints for the location will be given in the Dead Rabbit Discord here. Use your smartphone to locate node keys. Enter the GPS coordinates in your mapping app. Node keys will be adhered to a metal surface with magnets. If you find a node key, congrats. Follow the instruction given with your node key to win a ticket to the day of the Rabbit Supreme. Win the key finder role in your Discord and unlock your node for your city. So I haven't been keeping track of this stuff, but it seems like they're making it more interactive, like as far as like releases and stuff. And I
Yeah,
don't know what the node for your city means, but it kind of feels like, are they doing like land? Is that what that is?
I don't know. It'll
Yeah,
be
me neither.
interesting to find out.
So it's a really cool project, and it's kind of one of those things where it's fun to be a part of, especially like in a bear market where it's like, okay, I'll do it. Like, and it's like on your days off or whatever, you go and you like look in your local city to, I don't know, is it must be real places, right?
Yeah,
So very interesting.
very much so. Um Dead Boxes has not been unlocked. Yeah, they're definitely making it like a game IRL, which is pretty
Yeah.
cool. I don't personally like to go outside. It's scary, so I let the other people do that. But yeah. Um Another great project, Mike, I know you love it, is the Knittamals. You a fan of the Knittamals?
I'm only a fan through you, Eric. I'm vicariously living my minimal lifestyle through you.
So the Knittamals got released a couple weeks ago. Only people who held a Knitty, an OG Knitty or a season 2 Knitty could get them. And they were like 25 ADA. I got a few, Mike. They're pretty cute. And the coolest part is they're like AR, so you can take pictures with them on your phone and put them in like the real world. So I think that's pretty cool. They have like buttholes stitching, which is nice.
I mean, they look great. I mean,
They're well
they did a
done,
good job
you know?
on them.
Yeah.
I love the little K on the butt because it's like very what is it? Tie.
Like Beanie Babies.
Beanie Babies, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, they're cool.
But
and then
so they were 25.
Yeah, 25
Let me see
ADA.
let me see the high to low because I want to see what the most sexy knittable is. 35K. She's
This guy's got a
glorious.
little dolphin tag or something.
Rare's rare, Eric.
Can't deny rare. So yeah, I just wanted to give them, guys, get your Knittamals. I hope that one day they create like you can buy an actual stuffed Knittamal. That would be pretty cool. But yeah, did you also hear about the Clay Nation? They're making like a card deck, their physical
Ooh.
card game, and I think it comes with like there's a certain amount of cards that are connected to an NFT, and you can you get some sort of Clayfella project connects the emerging digital NFT space with the classic in physical gaming. The standard deck is 52 cards plus 2 jokers. Clayfella is both the card deck that you are holding and a series of related stop motion animations exclusive to the Cardano blockchain. So there's like some cards you could scan and it'll link to like the NFT on the blockchain. And you might get a special 1 of 1 NFT. So yeah, if you have a Clay, I think you can register to try to win the raffle through Discord.
So what are they going for? Can you just buy them all outright too?
There's 500 decks, and I think it only costs like 1 ADA if you win or something.
Oh, that's awesome.
So that's
so they're not.
cool.
It's not like a cash grab.
They keep doing new stuff.
No, I think it's amazing. I think that it's not like another cash grab for Clay to like. They're just like trying to build more stuff for the community, and it's like it's really cool. I think it builds more trust and more value for the community. That's kind of what you want to see. Like,
yeah,
look, I love Yummi, but they have a lot of different NFTs, and it kind of drives me nuts because it's like you're starting to see like they're building another one where it's like season 2, and it's like it kind of sucks because it's like, well, why am I holding on to this Daru when I can get a season 2 for cheaper, and then a season 3 or season 4, and at the same time, if they are building a game, maybe it is important to hang on to those because they might have better like in-game powers and stuff like that. So it's like you don't know. Like I could be wrong,
Yeah.
So it's like different ways to build your community because it's like you said also, where it's like it's kind of important to make sure that new people have enough money where they can just buy something in that space, in that universe, and it's not 3,000 ADA, 5,000 ADA. Like, because let's be honest, most people don't have that much money. So it's like
maybe they do now.
Yeah.
Now that it's 40 cents per ADA.
Ouch.
Do you think you're gonna, like me personally, sadly, I haven't bought an NFT in like a couple weeks. Do you think you're gonna, like, I want to accumulate more, but I just don't know like if the time is right or if I should wait a little bit. Like I want more Claymates probably. Like I want more blue chip stuff. But I don't know if I'm like, I also feel like I should just build my pool of ADA for a while, just because of all the volatility.
Exactly.
And right now is the time to build up.
Yep. I mean, not financial advice. I think everyone has to make their own plan in their own portfolio. But for me, I think the best thing to do is try to start to consolidate as you start seeing, like, if this is truly the beginning of the bear market, we're going to be here for a long time. And that means more than just week by week buys, week by week averages, which means we don't know what's going to fall super fucking hard, what communities don't believe in their NFT projects. So it's like for me to like start thinking about buying NFTs on the cheap for stuff that's been around for a couple of years, like the Clay Nations, the Chilled Kongs and stuff like that. Like it seems cheap now, but it might be even cheaper in 3 months. It might go down to like 1,500 ADA. It might go down to 1,000 ADA. And if that's the case, if you buy it now, you're going to feel like an absolute asshole in 3 months, 6 months. So I think the best thing going forward is to just give yourself the most options possible. And I think if you're going to be a Cardano person, which if you're watching our channel, I'm assuming you are, I think the best thing you can do is like, if you have assets, leave them, because you don't know what's going to happen in the future, and just start focusing on buying Cardano because it's so cheap. And it gives you the optionality of in 3-6 months to buy that stuff even cheaper, right? Because like if that stuff keeps going down, but your ADA is like staying at the same price, then you'll be able to buy more of that thing and accumulate. And it's also not stuck in that NFT too, right? Because there's not a lot of liquidity on this stuff. So
yeah,
you're able to like, oh shit, like now I can move and shake, and you have the option to buy that stuff on the cheap in 3 months, in 6 months, in 12 months. So I'm more focusing on just dollar cost averaging into Cardano, and then if I want to buy like, also like, you're not talking just NFTs, but your DeFi tokens, your like a lot of these projects that haven't come online are coming online. So
ErgoDex
there's that other,
on the test net.
there's that other, sorry,
I said ErgoDex is on the test net now.
but yeah, exactly. And you're starting to see a lot of this stuff starting to do their token sales. So Wing Riders token is about to do their token sale. Another one that I find very interesting, and I sent you the link in the Google Keep, is NFTmaker.io is doing their token sale. And this is kind of interesting. So the NMKR public sale will be taking place tomorrow at 6 p.m. on NFTmaker.io token website and through their NFT Maker payment gateway. No KYC, no vesting period, 0.004 cents per Maker token.
Nice.
Very interesting, very cool. It's just another option to like
Can I borrow 80,000 ADA?
Yeah, so it's cool. Like you can use, Cardano. I think you can buy it with regular money too. It's pretty sweet. But this is kind of one of those things where it's like not financial advice, but if you're looking for things to like create some value now, like this is the kind of shit you're gonna have to do. It's very risky. It's like, we don't know what this thing is, but I really like this team. I think they're kind of like one of the backbones of like Cardano, right? Because a lot of projects use their services to make their token. So I don't know what they have in store for their token, but it's definitely something that you might be able to buy and flip and make some profit. So not financial advice. But during a bear market, like this is kind of the game, right? It's like very pumpy dumpy shit. But but if you have the stomach for it, like if you can increase your ADA during a bear market, like that's what it's about. It's about compounding, during these low prices.
Yeah.
And I think this is an option.
I like it. I didn't know about it. Good find.
Thanks, man.
But I think that's all I got for this week. You got anything else?
No, we're gonna be here the whole time, guys. So if you need to cope with us, we'll be here with you. We're not leaving. We're just gonna be finding those deals and trying to share it with the community. So we'll be here doing our homework, and definitely if you have anything you want us to talk about, shoot us we're always on Twitter. Shoot us a shout out, even on YouTube.
Send
subscribe.
Mike dick pics.
You guys know I love my DPs.
All right, guys.
And yeah, have an awesome week, guys.
Go outside if it's nice like it is here. Enjoy the weather. See you guys.
See you guys.